Hello, everyone, and welcome to Live Connection Podcast number 48. Today on this lovely Sunday evening, just kidding, Wednesday. Here with me is Erik, Matt, Peter, and Grayden. My name's Jarrod, and how are you guys doing?
I'm fine.
Well,
I'm
Sunday.
That was just a bunch of blurs there that came through. We gotta one at a time. Erik, you're up. Go.
I am no longer with my previous internet provider, so I'm pretty good.
Whoa, yeah. You got that up? Dude, you got that sorted out like lightning fast, dude.
Oh yeah, so I was texting Alec and he said that he had the dude here like also at his place today, and we're the only two people in our area on like this company's network. So
that's sick. And they're just going to be essentially they're piggybacking off of the lines that are there, but less demand on their servers, which is really
it's like a satellite tower. So
nice.
How is it comparing like speed wise and everything so far?
It's faster. It's tight. It's faster, and it hasn't gone down. That's the big thing.
I don't believe it.
I won't get disconnected from every Warzone game ever.
Considering all the terrible issues you've been having lately, like we'll be gaming with Erik, and all of a sudden he'll just disappear, and like
I just don't even come back anymore because it's just so frustrating.
Just take the L.
Yeah, you're just like, if you're playing Ark and you're on your mount like flying in the sky, you're literally just like stay there. Like I've seen it myself because like when it disconnects. So I'm happy for you.
Sucks.
You deserve this.
Matt, thanks, friend.
When you say lately, do you mean the past 5 years?
It's been a reoccurring issue for Erik for sure. And so what's interesting about that is Alec also told me about that, and then the company's called CCI. We're not going to run an ad for them or anything.
Well,
but
we already did. You said their name.
It's unheard of. I don't think any of you guys have really heard of them before. Am I correct?
Erik, have you heard of them?
I've never heard of them. Never heard of them until Alec told me about them after he had to like go digging to find them.
Yeah, so he called me and told me about them, and as we were on the phone, I was Googling them and like trying to get some information, and then I shit you not, I went upstairs after the phone call ended, and we got a call on our home phone from the caller ID said CCI Research, and I was like, and I guess I'd already forgotten what they were called, so it didn't occur to me at first, and I realized it like way later. So like the next time they called, I answered because I wanted to know if they were like how did they just try and like target us right away after I looked it up, and it turns out they were a whole different company. So I was kind of like, and I was excited because I thought research meant that they were gonna put internet in like out here. But I guess it's just
like right in Matt's backyard, like right there.
Yeah, my window.
I'm pretty sure they would introduce themselves as that company if instead of CCI Research.
Yeah, well, the company's CCI Communications, so I assume like, oh, they're just doing like surveys, but no, I guess CCI is just a somewhat common name in the company.
It's just like, sorry, we're using an alias. We're actually.
This is how they get
you. Peter, how are things going with you these days?
Been more busy with work, which is always nice. And yeah,
is it?
Money's nice.
That's true. That's
Money's
true.
Nice. But other than that, just hanging out, working on live connection stuff.
Yeah, it's I guess it's nice to have at least a little bit of more free time, but I'm starting to find it a bit maddening not to have like any work. Like I was turning it over in my head the other day, and the fact that I haven't worked at my job for like a month and a half at this point is like a little bit like hard to think about.
You should edit some live connection videos.
That's what I've been spending my entire day today doing, Peter. Don't even get me started on the experience. And what are you laughing at, Jarrod? I've been editing videos literally all day. I was editing all day yesterday. I've been editing all day today.
I've been editing videos for over a year.
Oh yeah, like consecutively, like every single hour of every day you've been editing videos. I don't think that's the truth, Jarrod.
Not every hour, but for sure every other day.
I've been playing video games.
He ends in silence.
Just slow delay for time.
No, you cut out. I didn't hear what you said.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. Well, go Peter.
I was just gonna ask how you are, Jarrod.
I'm doing good. I'm getting into working again, which is nice. I'm gonna be helping with implementing for AHS implementing COVID changes to different businesses. So I'll be the one cracking the whip, essentially. And
just like you do in our Minecraft streams.
Exactly. And then it's going to give me more practice. I'm going to be mixing up bans. So all of a sudden someone will be banned because I saw them or didn't see them wash their hands in Minecraft. But yeah, I got that. And then the Children's Hospital has me on standby for like rehab stuff. So that's pretty good. Besides that, same as Peter, just live connection stuff. That's really all I've been doing. Editing stuff, setting up new effects. I always like to play in After Effects to try new things. So
at least some people are editing.
And
Matt.
This whole entire day, and I was editing yesterday. I even last week when I was playing Pokemon Sword and Shield nonstop, it was for editing purposes. So all I do.
Holy shit.
All I do. Dude, you think I sat through literally dozens of matches with only the raid battle AI and not other human
falling
beings?
on his sword. She's just
Matt, will you sign my
taking one for
Nintendo
the
Switch?
team.
I would be happy. I would be actually I would sign all of your Nintendo Switches if you asked me to. It would be a genuine pleasure for me to do that. Don't you think
I'm
you're
gonna need
not
every last
playing
chance.
right into my hands?
I can't even imagine his ego after that.
I'm just trying to do good, you guys. I'm just trying to come to life every day when I wake up in the morning and do good things for the people that I care about. That's
now,
you.
is
you.
it actually
That's
is
you.
it actually
That's
morning?
you.
Is it actually morning or is it afternoon?
That's not fair for you to say that. You can't just throw that in my face, dude. You know what happened to me last night? Okay. Even though this will completely prove what you're saying, but also won't at the same time, let me get there. I had a little Cinco de Mayo social distancing drinks with our neighbors last night. And Lucy, who's like a longtime like family friend of mine who's been staying with us because she usually lives in Banff, but it's better to be here. She mixed some margaritas, and like both houses like mixed their own margaritas, and hers, I don't know if she just decided to like empty the entire bottle in there, but like ours was like literally it sent like a shock through your body when you drank the margaritas because of the amount of tequila that was in there. And I was doing fine. Like I was drinking a lot of margaritas, both on their margaritas, which I have to say were much better and less, right? And then our margaritas. And basically the course of events was I went inside to get some socks and used the bathroom, saw my bed. I bet I'm cutting out big time. Can you guys hear me still?
Yeah,
You're fine.
Okay, sorry. And then I saw my bed, and I just kind of rolled in my bed for the fun of it. And then I woke up at 2:30 in the morning. So technically I was up this morning. That was when I woke up, and I stayed awake for a while doing editing, I'll have you know, and then went back to sleep, and then we don't have to talk about what happened after that. So I was awake. I was awake this morning. Was it maybe because I got knocked on my ass by some really hefty margaritas? Perhaps. But I was awake this morning and I was productive. So you can't, dude.
You could argue, Jerry, that he was up earlier than you to edit.
Yeah, and I probably went to bed earlier than you did that night too, because it was like, I don't know, 8:30.
No, I was out.
Oh no, that's a lie. You're just saying that. There's no proof. Show me the sleep analytics on your phone, and we'll talk business.
I don't wear my smartwatch when I'm sleeping.
Only a
well, that's your fault.
Yeah.
You have no proof now.
My wrists are bare. I'm just in the middle class. I can't afford fancy watches.
You act as if I care that my point has to be proven to him.
Matt,
you do. You care
you.
immensely.
To detour a little away from Matt getting shredded on Live Connections podcast. Did you guys see the thing related to Cyberpunk where they did their ESRB
I saw
rating?
This. I know.
And the character creator they were, I think they were making it M. I'm pretty sure. Like I'm 90% sure because of that.
Woo! It's very M.
You can in your character creation you can pick your gender and then modify everything.
Everything?
Like everything. Like
They
you
specifically
think
mentioned
about it.
dong size.
Yes, genitals can be modified in 2077.
I'm gonna be hung like a horse.
But see, here's my mindset.
You gotta have it coming out of my pant leg.
Like they provide that option, and everyone's gonna put it up, so there must be a repercussion for that. So I'm gonna put
No,
mine to very small.
I'm gonna. Damn it! I was gonna do that. You stole my idea. I was gonna go for less wind resistance.
To be fair, though, Saints Row did it first. You
it?
could
That's
adjust
true.
your
Yeah.
dong and your boob size, and if you made your dick big enough, it would like blur even if you had pants on.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's
I wonder if it's like the Outer Worlds, where it like affects like certain other traits that you have, like it makes you more like aggressive or makes you
I
less
hope
smart.
Charisma goes up.
More aggressive.
You can have
If you
a
put it to maximum size, your character doesn't even speak. He just goes, "Oh, oh, oh, oh."
It also says you can have a combination of genitals.
Damn it, Jarrod! I was gonna say that. Damn it, Jarrod!
Let's go. I'm pre-ordering.
I'm genuinely excited for this game. I'm everything they're saying about it. I mean, this is just hilarious. But everything else I've heard on it seems pretty cool. I'm pretty excited.
I'm excited, but it's not very genuine.
What?
Ooh.
I'm just saying.
You're
the first
excited,
of
but it's not
Jarrod's-
genuine excitement.
Yeah, no, it's artificial. It's artificial excitement.
Artificially genuine?
Yeah,
They paid me for the excitement. That's what it is.
Oh, okay, I see.
they covered your pre-order if you went on the internet and said you were excited about the game, because no one else is doing that for free.
I mean, I did pre-order it as soon as I could in June last year.
Fucking
Think
And
I'll
nerd.
see
Peter
how it
never
is if you get on board with it.
No, I don't. But
Have you guys seen many reviews
Eric-
for the Final Fantasy VII remake?
No.
I heard it wasn't very good.
I've been
You
really
hear
interested in
everything's
the
not
feedback.
very good, Green. Where are you
Yeah,
hearing?
you just think things are bad because you're an
You
old
probably
man,
just
Grayden.
heard it from Donkey, and Donkey doesn't like any JRPG, so he doesn't count.
man,
Yeah, but I mean,
Well, that was the thing. It
part
was
of
Donkey.
was from
Donkey made like a
He only
big
made-
review.
Yeah, but he also
Sorry,
made some
Grayden.
good points.
Yeah, no, that's what I like. He made this review that was really like disparaging of it, and then what's it called? The British dude who does it on The Escapist,
The King?
Zero Punctuation. He I watched his today, and he was also very disparaging of it for a lot of the same reasons. Like I think like Donkey's one of those reviewers, kind of like Critical, who just really overemphasizes bad points about things to kind of show them off better, but it's hard to justify it's hard to argue, I guess, with some of the things they've been saying. Like, sure, if you want to play it like it's a 40-hour game, but it only covers like the first however many hours of the original game, that's fine. But like the adjustments to the story that they made to kind of keep things a certain way, the fact that like, you know, a lot in I hope I'm quoting this right, but in the original game, you're grinding through combat to get to the story, but in this game, you're grinding through story to get to the combat. Then I don't know. I think a lot of the criticism is valid. I haven't looked into like a ton of just gameplay footage or anything like that, but I was really interested to hear that it got such bad reviews.
That's why I like Critical and Donkey, because I feel like they're the only two, or like one of the only few reviewers on YouTube. That didn't even make sense, but my point's going anyway. That are willing to kind of dig and take the shots and say what's not good about the game. Like so many people on YouTube, and us included, we were guilty of it at a time, saying, "Oh, it's great. I like this, and I like this," but we don't look at any of the bad.
Are you saying my reviews don't look at the bad?
Yep.
People are taking personal offense to what you said here today.
I
Grayden.
personally love Fallout 76 and Anthem, and have never said anything bad about it. Those are perfect games. Nothing wrong with them. Same with Pokemon Sword and Shield. We were, you know, not hard on those games at all.
I'm not literally in the process of
Shut your mouth,
editing the
Grayden.
video. Yeah. The whole time Eric's been saying this, his video has been stuck as him like,
His video's trying to censor him. He's saying something negative about a game, and he.
Oh my god, he's saying something illegal right now, and the ninjas are already upon
Big
him.
Brother has seen.
But yeah, like literally this whole day has just been me editing a video where we just rip on all of the raid AI because they're laughably bad. I can't wait for the video to come out because they're laughably bad. They're so bad, and it's fun to talk about how bad they are, you know?
We did it for a whole
The
hour.
the
Yeah, man.
original Final Fantasy VII, I enjoyed. I didn't play like it to completion or anything, but I played it. It was pretty decent. I don't know. I haven't played the second one because I don't have a PS4, so I really don't have access to the second one. But
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't know, Erik or Grayden, would you ever consider getting it?
I don't have the time.
I just
it's a big
don't
commitment.
care about PlayStation enough.
It's a big commitment to do the Final Fantasy games because they're, at least from what I remember, they're fairly large games too. Like
Yeah.
they are.
But this is like a Hobbit, like how they're dividing it. I don't know. I think this one.
Yeah.
34 a 40 hour. I'm just assuming, no fact. I nothing behind this. I'm just guessing.
That's what Donkey said, is it was 40 hours.
Peter, I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
most games average like 40 hours.
Well, that doesn't matter. Does it?
It's a good guess.
I think what's kind of sad about it is that there's so much like hype for the games and they got delayed like twice. Like it's sad to see a game be built up to such a pedestal over time and then it just not deliver at all.
Because,
It kind of makes you wonder like
it was being
Sorry,
developed,
Peter?
then they axed production, restarted from scratch. Because that's where the
yeah,
delays came
of course. Yeah,
So great-
yeah.
That's kind of the issue though going forward with most games that have come out, where they've either come out, they've been super hyped and then they've been kind of shitty, or they've been gone on the radar and all of a sudden they're seen really well. So
Yeah.
I don't know. That's actually one of my biggest worries with Cyberpunk 2077 is that I'm like, I understand CD Projekt Red's developing it, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to come out good. Like we've been seeing a lot of stuff where they get overhyped.
Peter.
and shit.
No, I'm
You're
refusing.
gonna make me want it to be bad out of spite, just so it's
No,
bad for
it's
you.
gotta be good. It's
Don't
gotta
do
be
this
good.
to me.
I
Don't do
always-
this to me, Peter.
See,
It's gonna
this
be
is the
good.
issue.
It's
I'm with Erik on this. Like you're always against everyone else's game opinion. So when you have a good opinion of something, we just want to fucking ruin that ideal.
You can't ruin Cyberpunk. The
do
odds
you
are
know?
stacked
Yeah.
against.
How?
Oh god.
You're
Oh,
embarrassing
God.
yourself. Put it back on. Put it back on.
CD Projekt Red.
on.
Dong size. Multiple genitals. In what game have you had multiple genitals? Let me ask you guys. I want honest opinions only.
Surgeon Simulator?
Minecraft.
Wow. Call this shit instantly.
Ooh, Steve, you looking good over there. No, but I have.
Well, like,
Yeah.
I have high hopes for it too, because again, it's
Yeah.
CD Projekt Red, so they've done good with past games, so I'm not really worried about it, but I'm just worried on the general trend that games have right now, where it's like we get this really overhyped feeling of it, and then it comes out and it's like, well, that was super fucking underwhelming.
I mean, Final Fantasy VII, the remakes, at 88% on Metacritic.
Yeah, like I actually saw that most people did tend to enjoy it. I don't think it can surpass the heights of the original Final Fantasy VII because that's considered one of the best games of all time. But like, I think for the most part, fans were generally like, "Yeah, I'm interested to see where this goes."
Yeah, well, I mean, it's also just taken a slightly different route. Like, even though it's a remake of it, it's be interesting to see where they could take it outside of what the original. Because I feel like, okay, some remasters you have, or if it's a remaster, you make it like basically the newer graphics, newer game mechanics, and put it into that game. Whereas I feel like remakes, you kind of gotta add some new stuff to it. You can't just do the exact.
You got
same
Resident
focus.
Evil 2 that.
Yeah, because then it's just a remaster. You might as well just have it as a remaster if you're gonna just
Yeah.
spit the same game out.
Do you guys think the new Spyro is a remake or remaster? Because I'm pretty sure it's a remake, but
Is it not a remaster? Doesn't it play and look and have structure that's
I think
almost the
'cause they
same as
built
the
it from the
original?
ground up. They wanted to make it really similar, but technically, I think it's a remake.
Well, so
That's
they
where it's, like, in the
remade
gray
the
lines.
game. Yeah, like they remade the game, but to us as the people who are playing it, who are arguably the most important part of defining what it is, you know, if it is the exact same as the original game, it's just nicer looking and like if it's all the same, then
What if,
it's
like-
just a remaster.
What if like the controls are adjusted or made slightly better? Like, what if there's like quality of life improvements to more fit the modern gaming experience?
I would say that Spyro actually could be more of a remake. Same with the Crash games, because there were like adjustments made to the actual platforming. Apparently,
Yeah. I remember seeing
Yeah.
like video or something like that on Crash. How like the frames are different. Like when you really get down to it.
yeah.
All right, here's a question then. What is a game that you guys would like to see a remake of?
Can I go first? Please let me go first. Please, dear God,
Go
let me
for
go
it.
first.
I know what he's
Eric,
gonna
can go
say.
first.
I know what he's gonna say.
Eric, can you go first for
Okay,
me, please?
what am I gonna say?
You're gonna say
I know what
Pokemon
Matt's gonna
Coliseum.
say.
You're gonna say
No, Gale
Not
of
just-
Darkness.
oh
not
whatever.
just- if they
The
did-
GameCube Pokemon
Dude.
game that Matt's like oh.
Dude, did you guys see my tweet? When we were having our Cinco de Mayo social distancing drink, I brought Lucy's Bluetooth speaker and I played the Myra B battle theme from Pokemon Coliseum, and it's just like an appropriated Mexican character, and his battle theme is just like Mexican music, and literally everyone was like, "Wow, this is bumping."
I totally imagine Matt just like going hard as everyone else just standing there like what is
I
this?
can also imagine.
No, I mean, I had a lot of margaritas, but I stayed planted in my chair for most of the time. I promise you that. Anyways,
Wow.
yes, my dream is for them to remaster or remake or whatever the frick Pokemon Coliseum, Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness, and Pokemon Battle Revolution and put them all in one game, because both of the first two games have a battle mode of their own, and Pokemon Battle Revolution is just an entire battle mode as a game. So you make Battle Revolution the battle mode of those games, and then those games are each separate stories, and then they each have a post-game story that like merges what you do in each game. That's my dream.
I hope they make it a 2DS exclusive.
I don't know what I would do. I don't know
Buy a
what I would do
2DS.
if
That's
I
what
did
you would do.
But
Nintendo's
You know
As-
you
released
would.
this game.
You know you would. You look deep down in your heart, and you know you
I'm
would.
trying so hard to say this, Peter. There's no way it would be a 2DS exclusive. That's just not how that works.
I
But
know
I'm
it's
trying not to
not,
be like,
but-
"Yeah, no, actually.
But I
Oh,
can dream.
no,
Joke's on you, it's a PSP exclusive.
we have a PSP in the house somewhere. I'll dig it up. Swear to God, I'll do it. But they're not going to do that. That's the thing. They're not going to do that. Bye, Grayden. Oh, hi, Grayden.
Okay, so
Well-
so what about you, Eric? What's your if you could have a game remake or remastered? To me, it doesn't really matter. Which would you have it? We could come back to you if you need time. I know
My-
you have.
A lot
My
of
heart's saying like Donkey Kong 64,
Oh, that'd be
just so they can fix the goddamn Beaver Bash and all that stupid shit.
Beaver bother.
Be there, brother.
I'm sure if they did Banjo Kazooie and Banjo Tooie together, you'd probably be all over that, right?
Oh yeah, that
would look good as a remaster. I mean, even just the stage in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, like more looking like that would be phenomenal.
Can I go next?
Oh, I don't know if this counts, but I'd also want Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask, like the 3DS remakes together on the Switch. I think that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm with
Like a
you there.
little
I'd definitely buy that.
duo.
I would
pack with
actually
the-
like that as well because I played a little bit of Ocarina, but I didn't play enough of it. But I still enjoyed it. I just didn't finish it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna upset Jarrod and say Mass Effect. I'm gonna steal your answer, Jarrod.
Believe it or not, it
Oh.
wasn't my answer.
Oh.
Really?
Believe it or not, it was not my answer. I was gonna actually, because Grayden and I were talking about this the other day, during our stream of Dead Space. I'd actually love to see a remake of the Dead Space, first and second, and maybe an entire remake of number 3, just to totally
How
clean
was
slate
the
that one.
first stream there?
It was pretty good. I think we
Why
are
did you play
guessing.
on hard mode? Why did you play on hard mode?
Because we wanted to have a little bit of a challenge. We felt like it would be too
You're
easy.
streaming the game. You're not. No one wants to see 30 hours of Dead Space.
Peter, you realize what we did with Gears 5, right?
So not just Dead Space. So Dead Space is like my kind of. If I could have like a trilogy remake, I would do that one because I thought it's still one of my favorite horror games, period, to date. If I could have a game remade entirely, like new graphics, I would go James Bond Nightfire. I fucking loved that game. We used to play the shit out of that when I was younger.
Oh yeah, I played that too.
Nightfire or Golden Gun, or sorry, GoldenEye would be the
GoldenEye.
two games that I would get remastered because I thought I just had so much fun with those, and they're good. Like they're a fun party co-op game kind of thing.
Thinking Silent Hill would be a pretty cool game to get like a
new
Resident Evil
graphics on it?
remaster of
Yeah,
or remake.
yeah, I'd agree.
That'd be super fun.
I'm curious because they announced Battletoads new game or remaster or whatever. I think it was last year they did that, so I'm curious to see how that was.
Yeah, I'm
They
sure
did
that'll be
that
fine.
was, I think that was during the first E3 that we were like making content for because we streamed it. Like it's been a long time since they announced that. It was basically just a teaser, and we've heard nothing about it since.
Yeah, give it a Google.
Well, I know that tomorrow, I think it's Thursday, Microsoft's doing their like their unofficial show-esque thing where they're showing off the new console and they're with different games that are coming out. So I'm assuming some of those games are games that are going to be announced tomorrow as well, because I feel like that's a good time to do it. But I know they're doing that. Do you guys know if there are other ones that are doing that? I know you do Nintendo Directs all the time. I heard they were moving it back because games they didn't seem were ready. I think I saw they moved the Nintendo Direct back because of that. It was like they were
like this year's E3 thing.
Yeah,
it was rumored. I don't think it's confirmed, but rumors in that department usually tend to be pretty correct. And so what they did is, when all this kind of virus stuff started to go down, they were, you could say, overdue for Nintendo Direct because apparently it had been like the longest period of time since they had done one. And then a few weeks after, they released a Nintendo Direct Mini, and it opened with a little kind of white screen message that just said like, a lot of these release dates will likely be delayed may be delayed because of COVID. Our hearts go out to X amount of people. And then they did this mini Nintendo Direct. But I wouldn't be surprised if we don't get one for June. Like I'm a little bit worried that the Isle of Armor DLC is going to get delayed. I don't really see them actually coming out with that on time, which is kind of a bummer. But yeah,
because they have big titles coming out like that have been announced. I'd be curious if they're going to be on launch with the console because I forget. I don't quote me any dates. Maybe they did announce it, but things like Elder Scrolls 6 is next gen console. Like, are they gonna? I don't know if they've mentioned if they're going to announce anything for it or if it is on launch with next gen console. Same with Starfield. I think Starfield's quite a bit later, or is it first? I don't remember.
First.
Is that what it's called? Starfield?
Starfield,
yeah.
and then it's Elder Scrolls 6. So I'd be curious on Thursday what they're going to do with it. Like, is it going to be a big release day, or are they going to announce a lot of the releases? Because it's kind of a weird time, right? Because E3 was when you see a lot of games announced, a lot of updates. So it'd be interesting to see what everyone's doing with that.
Last on the last podcast, we mentioned the Summer Game Fest, which is Jeff Keighley's kind of replacement for E3. It's just going on the whole month, and like they have the listed publishers like that are taking part of it. You know, the Xbox, PlayStation, Bungie, blah 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 blah. Nintendo is not on that list. So
they do have a pretty good relationship with the Game Awards. They've done a lot of their like really big reveals and stuff there. So I would like to see them get on board, but like it's really hard to know how Nintendo's kind of approaching the whole thing. They're pretty tight-lipped about stuff like that. But like I know Sakurai has been working on all of the Ultimate DLC remotely. And I don't know how many other Nintendo's developers are doing the same. So I guess we'll just have to wait it out.
Yeah. Before we move too far away from it, we kind of skipped Grayden there. Grayden, what's a game that you'd like to see remastered?
I'll go fuck myself. It's okay. He doesn't.
Faceless Grayden.
All right, let's move on then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, go on. I thought you were moving on.
Say your piece, little baby.
He called our joke with another joke. Fuck.
We're just too good of comedians, guys. Like,
reverse Uno card you.
fuck you.
It's just like our fucking video.
Shut
Or
up.
that
I don't want to talk about that.
Did
Uno.
any of you guys back in the day play Prototype?
Yes.
You were
Yeah.
talking about that the other day. That you really enjoyed Prototype.
Yeah.
Never
it was
did any
really
story.
cool.
I just threw people off roofs.
Yeah. But I think that would be fun. It was fun.
That would be
game.
really cool.
I just
I'd
remember
be
the
down
second
for
game
that.
was not very good.
No, the second game was not very good. Just the first
I
one.
never played it, so I'd be interested. Is it like an open world kind of dealio, or is
Yeah,
it?
it's an open world kind of thing where you're basically patient zero of this massive outbreak, but you are also the cure. And as a result, you get a bunch of mutations and stuff, and the government and the military is trying to track you down and, like, you know, do all this stuff to you while you're just trying to figure out what the fuck happened to your life, because you also, you know, because of the whole patient zero thing, have amnesia. And you just have all these really
Of
cool
course.
mutations and things.
Yeah.
It's almost like if they made a Venom video game.
a lot of people apparently
Yeah.
compared it to the Infamous games.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Which I can kind of get, because I played some of those, and it was good. Those were good too.
Yeah, they were pretty fun. I enjoyed them. I enjoyed
And
the first one.
Prototypes from 2009.
Yeah, seems like a
11
pretty
years.
cool game. I always
Isn't
thought the Infamous series
Assassin's
was really
Creed
cool.
2 also from 2009?
Something like
Because
that.
I was playing that, and like the remastered, I was thinking like it doesn't look bad for if it was from that, like over 10 years ago.
2009, you're right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the remaster
yeah.
looks pretty good. The faces look like garbage,
Yeah.
but the like actual environment looks really good.
Yeah. Well, it's like the I mean, I feel like remasters are always limited, right? Like remakes have a little more
Yeah,
opportunity to improve on things of the old
Unlimited
game.
power.
Unlimited power. Peter, they have the power. But remasters, I mean, I feel like you're more so just looking to make it playable again with current day gen games, right?
I think that's a little
Yeah.
harsh. Like play.
Well, no, but I'm talking like game mechanics. Like, you know what I'm talking about, where you say a game has aged well or it hasn't aged well, and I feel like a lot of games, especially like controller wise, you see don't age well. Like I went and played a good example. I mean, this is quite a bit older, but I went and played I think it was over Christmas. Chelsea and I played Nightfire. We plugged in the old PS2 and popped her in, and I've never played a game that I couldn't play like in that aspect. It was so bad. The controls were horrible. The gameplay was just like, it was just unplayable. So I feel like remasters do a great job of making those games updated enough so it's like you can still enjoy playing that game that you love so much, but having a little more of a upgraded touch to it. So it's not like, oh, this controller scheme is so out of date or whatnot. So I don't know. I mean, I can't say for the remastered Assassin's Creed because I never actually played the remastered Assassin's Creed, but I'm just basing it off of remastered games I have played.
I feel that.
Yeah.
I feel that.
I gotta play those games. I bought the Ezio collection like 2 years ago.
See, I played Assassin's Creed 2, like, I don't know, within the last 6 months. Like, yeah, I looked fine and stuff, but the mission structures, that definitely felt dated. By the end, I was like, oh, I'm just doing the same thing over and over again. Follow this guy, do that, rinse and repeat over and over again. It's a sign. It's just a sign of the times, but it was very apparent going back.
yeah.
Well, and I think especially since Assassin's Creed, like we said last time, made basically a name for themselves being this massive open world, so many different kind of quests. You do this full customization now with Odyssey, Origin, and all that.
I want Viking Ezio in the next game.
You want Viking Ezio.
Viking Ezio.
Yeah.
I want more out of the Animus gameplay.
No, you don't. Jared. No, you don't. No, you don't.
Why would you
I
say
love
that?
walking around the computer facility and just meeting everyone, socializing with all your friends at Sturgo
Chat, I'm
Industries.
so sorry you had to hear that.
I'm with Peter. I want Viking you. I want him to like bury an axe into a guy's chest and just be like Requiescam.
You killed my family.
Oh man.
Hey, speaking of actually wait, I forgot. This was tied better in my head. Then I started speaking and I don't remember. So I'm just gonna derail. Yeah.
That's Peter when he makes a joke.
Jerry, have you heard about the murder hornets?
Yeah,
I heard about them.
Well, they're in Alberta now.
No.
Oh my word.
Ignorance is bliss.
Hold on a sec, dude. I don't think
that is incorrect. They were in BC. People are spreading a lot of stuff around right now. What had happened is they found one colony in BC from like a shipment.
That's still bad.
And they it was more so Washington. Washington has a bit of an infestation going on with them, which is not great. Because obviously we're connected via landmass to them.
You're not making me feel any better, Jarrod.
But for the most part, they're taking care of it. It's kind of like it's like anything like our controlling of the rats. It's the same idea. You just basically keep an eye out and they fumigate every time someone finds one.
Do you think we can start a war against them?
A war they'd probably win.
Like, can we declare them a public enemy?
You could.
So everyone who knows me knows I have a fear of hornets, because of past experience of being stung by a whole nest of hornets, which is not great. Don't recommend it.
1v1.
I lost a
1v3.
I was gonna say a couple hundred versus one. I lost, and it was a horrible experience. I've always been terrified of hornets, and this does not make me any more comfortable because these things are like 3 times the size of the nest of hornets that I stepped on accidentally. So, not excited. They also.
I always knew of these hornets, but I've never really known that much until I found out about them and started to do some research. They're intense. They're like 2 inches big, and they go and they decapitate bees and then chew up their bodies and take it back to the hive.
Well, here's the thing: if Canada can control and keep killer bees out of us, considering we're landlocked with the U.S., they're going to do fine handling this situation too, because killer bees are the same way. They'll if you interrupt their nest, they'll literally follow you for 20 to 30 kilometers, and no matter if you go underwater or not, they'll literally wait for you until you re-emerge, and they'll attack you. So it's like, so it's just like
video game AI.
So it's just like you have to take in consideration that there's other things that Canada's kept out and controlled, so I don't think this is going to blow up as much as people think it is.
It's a viral topic.
Not to mention, you have to look at the climate that those things are accustomed to, and the fact that our winters get a lot colder than anywhere in.
They decapitate bees. They will adapt.
What are they gonna do? Decapitate the fucking snow?
They'll be like Luke Skywalker at the start of Empire Strikes Back. They'll just hide themselves in the bees' bodies until the winter's gone.
It's also not the first time. It's not the first time that they've been brought over accidentally via like shipping. They've had it before. What?
I think I can buy a
How do
shipment.
you not notice like these giant fucking things that get extremely aggressive when their nest is disturbed?
Because maybe they were inside a shipping container, I don't know, and then the person opened it and they were like, we lost Jimmy over the boat today. He got attacked by our cargo hornet.
And I would do that too. If I opened a crate and I got swarmed by those things, be like, I'm out.
What happens if they just wait for you to come up from the water? Then you just get stung. You might as well just sit there and try to fight back.
You don't understand, Jerry. I'm not going under the water. I'm hitting that water like belly flop. Like I'm out. I'm done.
You're gonna try and end your life with a belly flop so that you don't have to get stung by killer bees.
Of all the ways,
40, 50 feet from the top of that freighter.
Why are you doing a belly flop? Just go head first and don't put your hands above your head, and you're good. You're gonna fucking die instantly.
I wanted to exaggerate. All right.
Last words are "fuck you, Hornets."
Yeah.
Middle fingers to the sky.
I respect that.
Yeah,
I would say
do
kind
too.
words at your funeral.
Yeah,
I
well,
agree.
maybe.
Thank you.
The only words I would say at your funeral, Grayden, are how angry I am at you for bringing giant murder hornets into my fucking awareness. Like I don't have enough problems right now. Jarrod has an absolute 150% viable reason to be afraid of hornets, so I can't really follow up with my fear of wasps. But anyone that's been around me and a wasp at the same time knows how afraid of wasps I am. So this also isn't sitting super well with me.
Look at your thumb for me. Like, give yourself a thumbs. The murder hornets are about as big as your thumb.
What are you talking about? It's tiny. Look at this. I'm not scared. I got nothing to be scared of.
Just breaks thumbs.
Anyways.
The other thing to consider is that they could also kill themselves out because the food source wouldn't be necessarily big.
Civil War?
Please do. Please do.
No, you're coming out of. It's no different than it's not really a mainstream invasive species, right? Like you don't see them expanding through everywhere they go, right? Like it's not like you're getting like a rat that as soon as you have a rat in the place, all of a sudden your world's infested with rats. So I don't know. I'm not too worried about it. I bet they'll have it under control. It's another thing. Everyone's hyper aware right now of media, and of course they would post something like that on media to get everyone thinking about other stuff. And
if it gets clicks, it's going to be spread around.
Yeah. So you could have probably. There's so many stories out there that'll exaggerate things, and it's hard to tell what's actually the true size of this issue
of the
right?
Hornets.
Yeah.
They could see the hornet's face.
The fact that they say they call them murder hornets and then instead of just calling them the Asian hornets is just like, which is what they're in like the bug books they say an Asian hornet.
You can see its face.
Different names.
I googled the murder hornet and it did come up with the Wikipedia article of the actual name, like the Eastern Asian hornet or something.
Eastern Asian
like
hornet.
So
So I'm like, that's why I say
racism or something.
They probably would, but it's just like that's why I said to me it's again they're trying to over exaggerate a situation to get clicks because how do you make money on the internet?
You sell your nudes?
Yeah.
Exactly what I was thinking.
Constantly on the fence about doing that.
I'm not.
But you're on the fence, which means that you could go. You could go for it.
I mean, easy money.
True.
Do you think you have a big market out there, or?
We're not talking about the market. We're talking about if I can do it or not.
Oh, okay.
If I'm capable of pressing post.
Okay, I gotta tell you something, boys. So I looked up Prototype to know what it was because it's always been on my radar, and the more I'm reading about it, the more I think it's actually kind of cool. Listen to this description. Prototype. Discover what lies beyond the edge of evolution. Play as Alex Mercer, a genetically mutated shapeshifter with no memory of his past, hell-bent on solving the mystery of his existence as he tears through a densely populated New York City, moving with parkour-style fluidity and consuming anybody that gets in their way, assuming their physical identity, memories, and abilities. And
it doesn't count as parkour-like maneuverability if you can just run up a fucking wall. I think that just counts as running up a wall.
Yeah, but then there's Prototype 2. Listen to this. Prototype 2 takes the unsurpassed carnage of the original Prototype and continues the experience of becoming the ultimate shape-shifting weapon. The devastating viral outbreak has claimed the lives of Sergeant James Heller's family and transformed him into a prototype. Powered by incredible new abilities, you must hunt, kill, and consume your way across the infected wasteland of New York Zero to take revenge on the man responsible, Alex Mercer. The moment I see good guy in game 1, bad guy in game 2, I'm all about it. Hey, actually,
is he done?
Peter, now I have the water gun.
Oh!
Now I have the water gun. You think I won't take you down from your window right now?
I dare you to do it right now. Where you're pointing your fingers, go spray your water gun. Do it.
I'd honestly be willing.
Do it.
Like, I wouldn't be surprised to see that Alex Mercer is almost inspired by Venom, because like the mutation he has is almost very like symbiote-esque.
Yeah.
And just like the whole fact that he's kind of an anti-hero. He's not a full villain, I would say, at all. Like he kind of goes like he's super venomous.
Yeah, it does actually kind of seem like yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
So does
it's just the shape-shifting aspect of it is kind of cool. Like from what I read, you can like turn your arm into like a big blade and stuff like that, and that's kind of dope. That's up my alley for sure.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. You'd actually really like it.
You can't do that.
And you can get it on Xbox One.
Was one of my
God.
favorite games back in the day.
Peter.
Unless I'm
Is that all I am to you now?
I mean, Pokemon Smash and a couple other things.
You know, I do play video games. I'm as much of a video gamer as the rest of you. I just have games that I spend a lot of time playing because I love them so much, but I can't be solely identified by those games. You're typecasting me.
Do you think
you're typecasting me?
It limits your worldview, though. Your gaming worldview.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. I could easily play Devil May Cry 5 and understand that it's a far more well put together game.
I haven't seen you online playing it in a couple days, Matt. What happened? Fell off the bandwagon there, huh?
Were you playing Pokemon? Were you playing Smash?
Oh, yes, he was. Oh, yes, he was.
Look.
How do you feel? How will you respond to this?
Cut the camera.
I'm not talking to you guys anymore. You are no longer my friend. Witness me ignoring you.
Witness me.
Witness me.
I mean,
Notice me.
Senpai.
Say it. Come on, Jarrod. Say it. Speak your mind.
Do it. Crush him.
Do it.
I mean, there's also nothing really wrong with being a niche gamer.
But that's not how
Like,
we
yeah.
identify.
That wasn't funny,
Routinely plays
Jarrod.
2 of the most popular video games. Oh no, you're making fun of Peter. Okay, I'm on board. Continue.
Were you?
Yeah, fuck you, Peter.
I go fucking defend you, Matt, and then you come after me after defending. You know what,
Sorry,
Peter? Have at it.
I didn't
Go
know.
for it.
Jarrod, I thought the shot was at me. I thought you were shooting at me, not him.
Enjoy the rest of your.
Hey, actually, quick question for my peace of mind. When I point in these directions, like Peter, Erik, Jarrod, am I pointing at the right people, Grayden?
No.
You were right about Peter and Erik for me, but Jared's
It's different for all of us. If anything,
like would be up there for you.
watch the
like
stream.
Peter, Jarrod, Erik. I can't, dude. Don't think for a second that I could watch the stream and do a video chat on Discord at the same time.
I'm
Don't
trying
think
to
I can
crash
do
your
that.
internet. You saw.
See,
through it.
I wish we could do like a Brady Bunch type intro with this, where it's like,
The ding
Yeah.
dong ding dong.
Yeah.
that'd be fun. I wish,
That
but
would be fun.
that's too hard to coordinate.
We'd have to like.
We're not a
actively
team.
Practice.
Peter,
Yeah,
Peter,
yeah, we could
Peter,
do
get
it.
ready.
Well, for you, you're above me.
I think it must be like mostly uniform for us because like it sounds like Erik said that Peter and I think Jarrod were in. Who are you pointing at right now? Everyone point at Matt. Let's play a
I'm
game.
pointing
Everyone
at
point at
Erik.
Matt.
I'm pointing
Pointing
at
at
Erik right
Matt.
now.
I'm pointing at Matt.
Okay, point
I
at
love
Matt.
these
Point at
videos
Matt.
doing-
Matt's over there.
Okay, so Jarrod is pointing to Erik on my stream, but other than that, everyone's pointing at me. Unless wait,
Yeah, I'm now pointing at
Erik,
Matt.
Erik, am I directly below you?
That's Grayden.
You're like, I'm like in the middle, and then you're like,
Oh,
Peter, you need to get
all
out of
gone
here,
fast
Matt.
backwards.
Negativity. What I was saying before Matt attacked me for defending him, it's
Carry
not
on.
a bad
Carry
thing to be a niche gamer. Like if you enjoy what you enjoy, it's also not a bad thing to stick to what you enjoy. Like you don't have to necessarily diversify to appeal to your taste, right?
But you
like
are
it's
less of a
third-
gamer.
I'd say you're less diverse of a gamer. I wouldn't say you're less of a gamer.
well, also, I mean, what does it mean to necessarily be a diverse gamer? Because if you think about it, most
Do you know what diverse
popular
means?
genres or most game genres in general, I play a lot of shooters because I'm on Warzone with you. Well, not you guys
So
in
one
particular.
shooter.
No, but I would say it comes down to how many different games you played. Because shooters, yeah, you can have a genre that's a shooter, but a lot of games fall under shooter. and a lot of them are different games to each other. Not every shooter is the same thing.
You know what? Let's put this to the test. I'm gonna look up list of video game genres, and I'm gonna read them out to you guys, and you guys can say if you think that you've like
This is gonna be
played a
longer
lot
list
of
than
each
you
one.
expect.
You are correct.
Yeah.
Maybe next time.
How many of those genres do you think you've played, Matt? Ever?
Okay, talk about some other stuff. I'll get you a list.
Talking about other things.
What?
Wait, when you say you've played, does that mean like just one? Like all I have to do is have played one game of that genre to say that I played a genre?
Sure.
Okay,
And live connection videos don't count if you played like an hour of something.
Yeah, that's fair.
It has to be something that you played to play just for fun.
I can't even like.
You have to have played a substantial amount of time.
Yeah.
Can you give me like a general number? How many there are?
So I'm looking at the Wikipedia article. If you just do list of video game genres, there's there's a lot of subgenres, but the main genres are action, adventure, role playing, simulation, strategy, sports, other notable genres, idle gaming, I guess. And then each of those have 2 to 8 subgenres in them. 11 there's 11 subgenres for strategy, right?
Yeah, I could totally see that.
Yeah, it's a list. It's a list. But pretty much all of the genres in action games, I would say I've done. So I guess I'm just an action games kind of boy. I mean, I don't mess around with JRPGs too much. I can't say I've ever done survival horror or a Metroidvania game. Although I guess Hollow Knight is a Metroidvania.
I don't think you'd survive a survival horror.
What's give some examples of a survival horror like Outlast, Resident Evil 7.
I don't.
Yeah.
Is that a survival horror?
I wouldn't say
Five Nights at Freddy's.
That's not
Five Nights at Freddy's.
That's not a survival horror. Five Nights at Freddy's is a jump scare horror.
Okay, actually, let's look into this a little further because now I'm interested.
Survival horror would be like Dead Space. It could be.
Okay. It does use Silent Hill and Resident Evil as examples, but you are right. Like, and I guess it's any game that you have to do something to survive. Obviously. Yeah. No, I mean, you've seen me play, dude. Okay. Look, don't just go right ahead and assume that I'm not good at survival horrors. Have any of you here played Dead Space 2 or 1? I think it's 2. Played Dead Space 2. Fought against this giant thing with 3 legs and defeated him by punching him. Have any of you guys done that?
I never said you aren't good at them. I said I don't think you'd like them. Before you read into my actual words, you should probably listen to what I said before you come at me.
I'm blaming this on you guys. This is what my relationship with Live Connection has become. You say something factual, and I assume you're just saying it to mock me or defeat me in an argument.
That sounds like a problem.
I'm always on the deep end.
Seems like a you problem.
Although, as much as I would accept you assuming what I like and don't like, you are right. I don't think I'd like survival horrors. I'd rather go to the comfort of hatching eggs.
I think you've told me before that you're not a big fan of horror games. Like you're just.
Honestly, doing the VR horror in October changed a little bit on that because, like, you guys, maybe I'll even make a video of it someday. Like the VOD of us playing. Or me, I think it was only me or maybe 1 or 2 other people playing Spooky's Jump Scare Mansion.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the first scare had me on the floor, but, like, as it caught on, like, I'd see those creepy freaking 2D pixel art guys chasing me down, and it would be scary, and I would scream, but I remember, like, 2 or 3 times, like, laughing hysterically because it was actually really exhilarating to be scared in any level of, like, genuineness. To be like really scared and to be playing the game. It was actually a cool experience. It's just not the type of experience I would seek out really, you know, like I know very intimately how to beat the first Five Nights at Freddy's game, but I don't think I'd ever really want to attempt it myself because I don't like the skills.
You're the type of horror gamer who would like want someone on the couch beside him to be experience.
Well, I think that's what got me into Markiplier. Markiplier was the first Let's Play YouTuber that I've watched like a ton of, and I'm still subscribed to him. And like that's why I actually really like watching horror Let's Plays for that reason, especially since you can look in the comments and see the timestamps for all the really bad jump scares.
You know what I want to do one day? Like I want to play like a game that's like not very scary at all, but I know because it's labeled as scary, Matt will be horrified to play it. So as he's playing it, we get the viewers to like they can like if they get a certain donation or something, a loud scary noise happens.
Why don't you do that?
That's what I want.
I think we should get, since Matt was just bragging about his taking down the regenerating alien, we should put him in that scene that Grayden and I had in the stream the other day where we were facing 3 of them at once.
Use challenge to scare Matt. Yeah.
Dead Space. There was the really big alien, big boy with the 3 limbs.
No, I know, but I'm talking about.
Listen,
the regenerating alien.
None of these guys are going to be as scary as the Biohazard in Sonic Adventure 2, so just get out of it.
What?
Was that a joke or? I really
look up the Biohazard in Sonic Adventure 2 and tell me for yourself. The Biohazard's the final boss. It's what Sonic and Shadow, they go Super Sonic and Super Shadow, live and learn from Crush 40 starts playing, and you fly through space and beat the Biohazard. Man, is he ever scary?
Dinosaur?
It's a dinosaur. It's like a turtle dinosaur.
It's a dinosaur who slid his rectum onto the cannon of the Space Colony Arc. It's honestly really impressive.
What?
He slid his rectum?
Dude, that's hot.
Play Sonic Adventure 2.
How does one slide their rectum?
So,
Peter, don't. If you have to ask, then you're not ready.
Do I want to Google this? I don't know.
You don't want to Google this.
Don't do it.
It's off.
Are you just Googling slide your rectum? Because that's a little unfortunate.
How to? I'll add that.
I'm not.
All right.
It's a good thing you don't have your screen turned on.
Are we done
right
the podcast before Peter does this?
That was a mistake.
Yeah, anyways, guys.
Ah! Oh, my eyes! Whoa!
Why would you do that?
You might as well have just looked up 2 girls, 1 cup, you dumb piece of shit.
Woo!
Oh, that's a classic. That's a classic.
It takes you back, doesn't it?
I don't need drugs. I can just look at that and feel alive.
I'm just getting intrigued by these photos of Biohazard, the scariest boss I've ever seen.
The Biohazard.
What about the Iron Maidens from Resident Evil 4?
I don't like those.
The first time I ran into those was scary as shit because I didn't understand how to use the thermal scope, but I was getting fucked up by them. It took forever to kill them.
Part of it's the sound they make too, where they're like, and you're like, oh god. If you're wearing headphones during it, it's like, okay, can you go away and not do that?
I don't remember this.
The Iron Maidens, they only came up on the military island, I think.
That thing. Yeah, I just avoided it.
Yeah, because that's when you fell into the garbage there, and that's the first time you meet one, I think it was.
The garbage.
Yeah. Or somewhere near there.
Because then you like get out of there and it's like, oh, you have to get around it and there's one, and then you're like, oh, I finally killed that one, and then you get to the next fucking room and there's another one. You're like, hate this.
I can't kill another.
Meanwhile, Ashley's in a dumpster, you know.
Yeah. And then she's the one who always dies to it, of course, because, you know, you can't actually just get
You just tell her to go in a dumpster and then you're fine.
You know,
oh, she doesn't listen to me.
World War III happens, I'm going to the closest dumpster.
Yeah.
Just wait it
out. But then what happens when you get out and there's an Iron Maiden waiting for you?
No, Leon take care of it.
No, Leon's dead. He died in World War III. What
Leon
now, Peter?
Die.
What now?
Peter,
what are you gonna do?
Peter, you're gonna find your couch in that nearest garbage can.
Yo, that's the final boss?
Are you going to rely on Chris Redfield to come and save you?
I'd rely on Chris Redfield.
I would too. I shouldn't have attacked Chris like
I can't believe you did.
And, like, really any of them. Jill Valentine, Claire Redfield, Chris
Ava.
Redfield. They could all, Ava, they could all come save me. Not Wesker. I don't want Wesker.
Yeah.
I want Wesker to come save me.
Wesker's no good.
I want Sephiroth to come save me.
That'd be cool. I'd be down for that.
Only if one winged angel plays the whole time he's defending you. Like he's like cutting down the even batter guy. And it's just like. I want to make a quick correction. It turns out that it's either the Sonic Adventure 2 final boss is either called the Bio Lizard or the Final Hazard, not the Biohazard.
Are you
so
not
sorry
a
if you looked
Sonic
up the
fan?
wrong thing. I never got there as a kid, okay? I didn't want to tell you guys I've never beaten Sonic Adventure 2. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't know why. I have it on my computer. I just don't want to play it because the game fucking sucks. It is not the hit that it was when I was a child. I hate playing Sonic Adventure 2 because it controls like doo-doo. And if I don't have my Xbox controller connected to my computer and I'm playing on my keyboard, it's even worse. But we'll chop that down to user error.
You think
I've never beaten Sonic Adventure 2. I've never beaten Sonic Adventure 2, okay? I've 100%ed Sonic 3 and Knuckles. I've 100%ed Shadow the Hedgehog. I've beaten Sonic Heroes. I've never beaten Sonic Adventure 2, okay? I'm sorry. One day we'll get there. One day.
I don't believe you.
I'm sorry.
I don't believe you anymore. How can I trust anything?
It's on. It is actually genuinely one of my greatest shames as a human being. Like to this, the first time I played Sonic Adventure 2, I was still in England. I might have been 7 years old. I might have been 7 years old the first time I ever played Sonic Adventure 2, and I'm 24 years old soon. Never beaten Sonic Adventure 2.
Dude, now is the time. Quarantine. Redeem your soul.
But Peter, put sword and shield.
Peter, he still has to get through. He still has to get through Devil May Cry 5.
Like it's outside of his niche. He's like looking through the window, like, maybe one day I can beat it.
Meanwhile, he's actually just behind Matt, like in a cage, like handcuffed, like.
Yes.
I did actually download what's been popular on YouTube for some people lately has been there's a Sonic Adventure 2 randomizer out, and in Sonic Adventure 2 Battle, in the battle mode, there's 2 more characters per game type that you don't play as in the story at all, and so it'll pick from the entire 12 playable characters to put you in the story, so you might be playing through like a mech mission with like Sonic or something, and I want to download that and play it because it sounds fun. What? Did I say something funny?
Nope.
I always say
I thought you were going to, so.
You're a funny
So
man.
I was disappointed.
Anyways.
All right.
Yeah.
It is time,
It's
guys.
that time.
It's been an hour.
What is it time for?
It's time for us to end. Holy cow. Time flies when you're having fun talking about Sonic. Oh, boy.
And Pokemon. Oh, it's my type of podcast.
I feel you're talking down to me, like I'm some sort of child.
Yeah, this is a kids channel now. Activate family-friendly music.
Yikes.
Do.
Do, 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 do,
Thanks, kids.
do, 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 do.
Peter the parrot says, eat your vegetables.
Bye.
Please just end already.
We stream 5 days a week. If you want to see more of us, join our Discord, check out the YouTube channel. There's plenty of live connection to go around for all those who want it and need it. See ya.
Drink lots of water.
Yeah,
don't
wash
do
your
that.
hands.
No, well, you actually do that one, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Matt's not good at platformers. Goodbye.